that caps off phase 1. Very
alright.
I mean, mostly the same as a few
I think it's gonna get worse down the track.
Yeah. As we get deeper into
phase 2.
Phase 2.
So I don't know. I feel like everyone's got the same 6. I put Thor: The Dark World.
I'll put God. No, I'm kidding. I'll put Guardians of the Galaxy.
What?
No, I'm kidding. Yeah,
Bro.
Thor: The Dark World. I got one word for that. Ew.
Yeah.
Thor: The Dark World
Just
is number
ew.
6.
Yeah.
It was
definitely
boring.
in agreement. Well, actually, my main reason for putting it last is when I actually first watched the movie, which was well into phase 3.
Really? That would have been interesting.
Remember, I mentioned it to you. Remember, I was like, did I miss much in Thor 2? It was right before Ragnarok came out, and I was like, do I really need to watch it? And you were like, to be honest, not really.
Yeah.
They literally acquire a stone, and that's it. I went and watched it anyway before seeing Ragnarok, but that's when I first watched Thor: The Dark World, and to be honest, I kept watching the rest of the MCU up to that point without going, did I miss something?
Yeah. You could have gone without, honestly.
To be honest, yeah.
Like all it does is just introduce this reality stone.
That's
and
it.
That's it.
And even that isn't too big a part in it.
No.
Yeah. It's very boring.
Yeah. There we go.
Villain shit.
It could have been so cool, but.
And I'll give it this: its end fight sequence where they teleport through is probably the only watchable part of the film because it has a bit of creativeness with the way they fight. Because then they go to the ice realm, and then the big monster from the first one comes in. And you're like, oh hey, and then it falls into Earth.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I found the first.
Yeah, it's just like okay.
I found the first battle in Thor: The Dark World enjoyable. Like as an opening fight, just everyone just goes in and smacks everyone up.
Yeah.
It's like
it's literally just shows that everyone's OP as hell. Alrighty. Well,
number 5.
Number 5. Here we go.
This might. I don't know, bro. This pick.
Let's go through.
Go.
I put Avengers: Age of Ultron as number 5.
Me too.
So did I.
I did too.
I had Ant-Man.
That's
That's number 5.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I do enjoy Ant-Man as a character, but I see that.
Yeah.
My.
I mean, I enjoyed Ant-Man, but I mean, compared to like the other 4,
Yeah.
I mean, it just kind of where it fell. And I mean, once you hit my number 4 spot, I mean,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ant-Man is number 5.
Age of Ultron was extremely disappointing for me when I went and saw it at cinemas.
Yeah.
Ultron's
Same.
character I felt was botched. Iron Man's development for Iron Man 3 was completely forgotten. A lot of characters made decisions that were really weird, and the plot kind of progressed because it needed to set up Infinity War.
Yeah.
Vision was kind of made, and it was so weird. Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch were really cool, but they kind of... It was just sort of there, and then Quicksilver was killed, and he wasn't really given a chance to be fleshed out as a character.
Could have been such a good character.
Yeah.
They mainly just used Quicksilver to build Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
It was
mean,
mainly for her.
but he's still a
essentially.
character.
Yeah,
Like,
It's still a waste of a character.
I feel like he should have done more. I reckon he could have done.
Oh yeah.
Could have been done a whole lot better.
Hot take, I really didn't like Hawkeye having a family as well.
Yeah.
Really?
Fuck
I
family,
liked
bro.
Hawkeye being the kind of like bachelor solo guy because it gave him a lot of relatability where he's like the odd one out. He has no real superpower. But
He was
yet
always
still
just
he's-
there.
Yet still he's a cocky prick and he calls Thor out. Like, that's a sick character in my opinion.
I mean, I wouldn't say that I didn't like it. I would just say his family was not needed.
I
Yeah,
never really
it wasn't
vibed
really required.
with Hawkeye.
No,
ever.
I don't think it was needed for his character at all.
I feel like the reason you didn't vibe with Hawkeye is because he never got a chance to be
Yeah.
vibed with. Like, he's a villain in Avengers. And
I just thought he was cool. When was it? I think was it Thor, and he was like in his hawk's nest or whatever.
Dude, he was in there for like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Oh,
I remember that.
first
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool because he was like the Shield's like kind of rogue agent, just this rustic
Like, who
agent.
the hell's this dude with a bow and arrow?
Yeah.
In, like these
Yeah.
times.
Age of Ultron was just a huge missed opportunity, and the only good thing I'll ever remember out of it was the party scene where they're all sitting together
Yeah.
and they go
Yeah.
to
They
try,
try to
and
lift
Thor's
up the hammer.
Yeah. It was so good. Put Hawkeye on display as a roast god because he usually is. And the whole
Cap
Easter egg with Cap
almost-
nearly lifting it
yeah.
and Thor shitting himself. Chris Hemsworth's acting in that scene. It's like a prologue to how good he could be in Ragnarok.
Yeah.
You see his face and it's so good. He's like, nothing to worry about, of course. Like, he's just like, really nothing. I'm like, yes.
Nothing
this
to
is
worry
it.
about, of course.
All right.
But
Well,
yeah.
after that brings us to number 4 spot. What have we got, eh?
I put Ant-Man.
Same.
Same.
It was a hard choice, really.
Literally every time, Greg, you do that exact same thing.
I feel like me and Greg are on the same wavelength,
Yeah.
just galaxy braining it.
Yeah. Well, my number 4 is Age of Ultron.
Yeah. So
And-
mine's Ant-Man as well.
Yeah, so mine's, Age of Ultron merely just because it's another team up. Yeah, it was nowhere near as good as the first Avengers, but it's just the fact everyone was back together,
Yeah.
Yeah.
teamed
I
up,
vibe with that.
smacking up some robots.
Mine was-
Seeing, like actual Avengers fight each other properly with Hulk
Yeah.
and the Hulkbuster. That was
I
pretty cool.
forgot.
Oh yeah.
The
I
Hulk
remember
versus
that.
Hulkbuster fight, like
Yeah.
that was probably one
We
of
were
the
so
best scenes
hyped
of the
about
film.
that before it came out.
Yeah.
Mm.
When we heard. But I honestly just enjoyed Ant-Man more. Like,
Yeah.
and I enjoyed the character more. I've always liked the Ant-Man character.
Be like Paul Rudd's portrayal of
Yeah.
Scott Lang.
Yeah, and I think I'm pretty biased because I like Paul Rudd.
Mm.
As
Oh
well.
yeah,
He's a good actor.
I mean, he's a very likable actor for sure.
Yeah.
He's such a cool dude.
And I reckon it's a good change of pace as well because
It was.
all these superheroes fighting for the greater good, and he's just kind of there. It's like, hey, cool.
Yeah.
You got the van.
He's like, I'm just trying to get enough money to like custody of my daughter.
Welcome to Baskin Robbins.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many quotable. Like, I remember most of Ant-Man stuff compared
Yeah.
to Age of Ultron. Like, I forgot the
Yeah.
Hulkbuster
Do you know
was the same.
his like the name of the other employees? Oh no, the name tag he had and the other employee were the names of his kids, like Paul Rudd's kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's really
where they got the
cool.
names from.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Well,
I think his name was like Scott.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, it's sick.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
it's pretty cool.
Alrighty.
All right.
Number 3 spot. What
Aye.
we got?
This is where it gets. This has got where it got really hard. And this is interesting because if you had talked to me about where I would have put this movie like a couple of years ago, I probably would have put it at 6 because of how I felt. But now I'm putting it at 3. Iron Man 3.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Greg?
Mine's Guardians of the Galaxy.
mine is too.
Mine is too. Guardians of the Galaxy is number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did enjoy Iron Man 3, although it was kind of a hot mess. Well, I don't know. I just liked it just because the amount of times, like his suit in that, where he just puts out a hand and it fucking comes to him.
Yeah.
Can we just like take a moment to just admire the look on Ethan's
Yeah.
face when Greg said Guardians of the Galaxy?
I'm so disappointed.
I'm
No.
sorry, bro, but-
Like, no, originally I hated Iron Man 3. I thought it was trash. But I went back and rewatched it. And I've come to really appreciate what it's trying to do. And it's trying to be a really personal story for Tony.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit that doesn't make sense. My biggest gripe is the whole thing with his mansion being destroyed by a helicopter. And I'm just like, bruh, you have like all these suits under there and not once where you're just like, I'll just get the suits out and murk the copter, bro. She'll be right. But like what it tries to do with his character is really cool, and because he goes through a real personal journey, and that is, you don't see that a lot in MCU movies. You didn't see that in one of the latest ones, where he fights anxiety, and I think that's why I really like that. Where when he like that, the scene where the kid asks how he got out of the wormhole, and then he just freaks and he goes in and he's like, check the heartbeat and stuff like that. I'm like, I can literally feel it. Like I can.
Yeah, you relate.
Also, something you said as well, how I don't know if you said it or someone said it, but like how they kind of put him back to basics, how he lost everything and had to kind of rebuild from scratch.
I think that's what's on about
Yeah,
that,
and it's like he's out in the snow and he has to kind of rebuild the armor.
Actually, no, I think what I said is Iron Man 3 isn't an Iron Man movie, it's a Tony Stark movie.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been called Iron Man 3, it should have been called Tony Stark. Because it's not about Iron Man, it's about Tony Stark
I mean, at the end,
dealing with PTSD from an alien invasion.
that was the whole point of the movie, though, because at the end, when he gets rid of the arc reactor, it's kind of symbolic because he throws it away and he's just like, the suit and I are one. I am Iron Man. So he's like, come find me. Like, I'm in the suit. It's all good. And that's why I hate Age of Ultron, because it's like, he goes through all that because he has all this anxiety and he's like, there's a threat out there. I've got to be ready. And he's going through. And then, like, he's got all these suits and the threat is, I don't know, I'm losing myself. But, like, when he makes Ultron in Age of Ultron, it's like he forgot his learning, like, his
what he was
through
scared
Iron Man
about?
3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because he made peace with the fact that there is a threat out there, but he's going to be ready for it and he doesn't have to keep living in fear. Doesn't have to keep living in fear.
Actually, well, while we're still in the number 3 spot,
I
did
think-
you lads pick Guardians of the Galaxy?
Hold on, real quick.
Yeah.
I think, is that why he made the Hulkbuster suit?
Yeah.
Because he's like, if Hulk gets too out of control, I gotta have this suit to be prepared.
To put him down,
Yeah,
or at least lock him up.
basically.
I'm pretty. I wish that they'd elaborated on that more.
I
First
thought-
and foremost.
Because they don't really go
Heck,
into it, eh?
with how close their relationship is, Bruce could have asked him to make it. Could have been like, "Hey, one day
True.
I might go out of control. Do you want to make a suit where you could take me down? I'll help." Like, you know.
Yeah, like
You know what I mean?
Black Widow might not be there
Because
one day,
he-
and then
I always thought that whenever he would bring out the Hulkbuster, the Bruce would be like, "Why'd you do that? Like, I thought you had my back. Like, you bring out this like you were waiting for me to lose control or something." But like once he brings it out, it's kind of forgotten. That's one of my things that I hate about that movie is they go through scene after scene and nothing has
They
impact.
could have elaborated on it, and it would have strengthened the bond between,
Because it just ends. He gets knocked out, and then they're just like, "Yeah, we're Gucci."
Yeah.
We don't know where the Hulkbuster went.
let's bounce.
Yeah.
Um,
Alright, you guys
but
have a-
also real quick,
Yeah.
have you guys seen that? I forgot what it's called. That Justice League animated movie where Bruce Banner basically creates like a remedy. Yeah, Justice League.
With
um,
Bruce Banner, mixing DC and Marvel together, fam.
Oh, not Bruce Banner. Bruce Wayne. Sorry.
Bruce
Bruce Wayne,
Bruce
yeah,
Wayne.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was
Pretty
like,
easy
what?
mistake.
Whoa.
Yeah,
But,
no, that's fair.
Where he makes like the remedy for like each of the
Oh, Justice
Justice
League
League members.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
He has,
I
like,
love
this-
that movie.
yeah.
That's the
I
best
think
one.
that would have been cool. Like if in Iron Man 3 or even at the start of Age of Ultron, if Tony was going through so much, he kind of like
Yeah, he could have done the same thing, and it would have made sense.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's another beautiful point. Like, that could have been the main thing for Iron Man, but like, they covered it in Iron Man 3, which is why they fucked themselves with Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Like, imagine if the plot was because the Thorbuster exists in the comics as well. He created an armor to defeat Thor. What if he made armors to defeat everyone because he's just got his anxiety got so bad that he's just like everyone's a threat. I've got to be ready for anything. Like, imagine if the wormhole affected him that much.
Well,
Yeah.
what's the same with that Justice League movie is that he even had something to take him down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He said,
Yeah.
"I have
He
you
had-
guys."
Yeah.
He literally
He's
had
like, "I have the
something.
Justice
He had a
League."
plan where if he lost it, they could take him down.
Mm.
He was prepared for himself to be a threat, so maybe
Yeah.
Tony could have gotten to that point as well, where he literally had a plan in action.
Yeah.
Where Jarvis or whoever his AI is Friday, if it was still Friday, had a plan of action if Iron Man lost it to shut him down,
Yeah.
as well as the rest of his plans to shut every other Avenger down,
Yeah.
and possibly even Shield, Nick Fury, whoever else he
Yeah.
thought was a threat. But yeah, do you guys have a reasoning for Guardians being your number 3 spot?
Guardians for number 3.
I mean, for me, it was pretty basic. It was literally just because I had my 1 and 2 picked, and that was pretty much just next favorite.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be in top 3 for sure.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I just didn't know where, and then I was like, my love for Iron Man.
I was kind of just torn, to be honest, because I liked how deep how where Iron Man 3 went. And I like that.
I'm still disappointed with it though.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I wish
but-
that they went through with the magic aspect of it. Fin Fang Foom, the Mandarin being real,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, just the whole Pepper thing.
really got me in the cinema. I remember being what?
Oh, I remember. I was sitting next to you.
Yeah, I remember.
We saw
I
it together.
was just like,
I think it was me and Aaron actually.
yeah,
Actually, I saw you guys at the cinema that night.
remember that? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was at the
we-
midnight
wasn't-
screening. I went
oh,
with-
maybe
I was with
Jeremy?
my mum. I went with my mum.
Did Jeremy come
Who
in?
knows?
Oh,
I remember seeing you two for sure.
Yeah, I remember seeing you.
Yeah, I went with my mum.
yeah, yeah.
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 Aw.
All right, number 2.
Number 2, here we go.
Number 2.
Alright, I put number 2, easily one of the best movies in the MCU, Captain America, The Winter Soldier.
Same.
Oh.
Phenomenal film.
Same.
Okay.
Same.
Yep.
Great.
My number 2 is Iron Man 3.
As is mine. Iron Man 3 is my number
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Actually, and
Reasons that I
my
said before.
my reason it's at the top is probably the same as you, Heath. Is I've rewatched it a couple of times recently, and my love for that movie is unreal. I love it. Adore that film. Like, yeah, it's a bit of a mess with the villains in some aspects, but just the overall, I love Iron Man 3. Absolutely brilliant.
I was pretty torn when making this decision, just because I think, like, movie-wise, like, everything that goes into a movie, Winter Soldier was definitely a better movie than Iron Man 3, but I picked Winter Soldier as my second one. I honestly think Winter Soldier could be, like, the best, if not the second best, Marvel cinematic movie.
Fuck yeah.
but I picked it as the second just because like there was a few things I didn't like about it, kind of the same as the first one.
Yeah.
But that's basically it. Like, it was such a good movie, especially compared to the first one. And the action in it was just so good.
The Corey with the fight would start with Batroc the Leaper.
Yeah.
And yeah, like
There
you were
was so
saying,
many good actors in it. There was GSP.
Oh,
Yeah, he's a UFC fighter. He was in it.
Oh wait,
GFC.
was he the guy
He
at
was
the
the
start?
Yeah.
That's Batroc the Leaper, Chief.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
shit.
And Frank Grillo, which is...
Yes,
Yeah.
Frank Grillo.
He was a really good actor. But I like what he did with his character in...
Yeah.
Especially
Good
in
example of-
Infinity War.
Like build up.
Yeah.
Because you don't know, like, that he's going to turn into a character, but, like, for people like me that have read the comics, you know. And
Yeah.
so, but, like, it's so well done. Like, it doesn't, like, they don't go, oh, look, ooh, it's going to be Crossbones. But, like,
Yeah.
he gets fucked up at the end, and then they, fix him up, and you're like, oh, fuck yeah, there it is.
Sick.
They do everything in this movie that the first Cap didn't. They make Cap a badass. The amount, like you were saying, the Corey in this movie, like the shit he does with his shield is on another level. Like, I remember before this movie came out, I was like, bro, Cap, I sleep. But then after this movie, I was like, yo, Cap's the first MCU character. And Black Widow in this movie was pretty badass as well. She came back
Is this
from
when she got a haircut?
Yeah. She had a lot of really quirky, good, fun lines. Like, remember at the start, she's like, "Hey, stranger." Hey, sailor. And I was like, yeah, that's hype. I'm like, bruh, good shit. Arnim Zola, the setup, how it didn't even like tell you, but it set up Howard and Maria's deaths. Of the Winter Soldier. Like, I'll never forget that scene where Cap's just like, well, how have you like changed history to shape it? And he's like, there are accidents, and then it flicks through and it goes through Howard and Maria's. It's quick, but if you see it, you're like, bro, like there's that connection. And then you got the Winter Soldier. The main villain as well is probably one of the best villains. Short-lived, but like, what's his name? He's a good actor, legendary actor. If anyone's watching this, he's
no one watches.
Well, the actor that plays Arnim Zola.
No. That other main villain. That's like he's
who
one of the
ends up,
Shield. He's one of Shield. Remember, and he's like friends with everyone at the start, and he's like
remember
one of Nick's best friends, Fury. Fury as well in that movie was so good.
Bro.
He has been in a lot of films. I know this thanks to Mum and Dad, but he is a very good actor. Falcon in it as well. Falcon's first appearance is in it. Anthony Mackie, bro, cut the check.
I love that scene when he's running.
Yes, the iconic scene now.
On your left.
On your left.
On your left.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like, it just does Cap so right. He's so good in that movie.
While we're looking that up, do we want to reveal our number one spot for Phase 2?
Number one.
I think everyone kind of knows what mine is.
Hooked on a feeling.
I'm pretty sure I saw Guardians of the Galaxy when it came out 5 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
From the get-go of that movie, I remember getting chills when the music popped off. Yeah. And he started dancing throughout the planet. I knew that this movie was going to be a gem. That this movie was something special. And it is. It's so good.
Is that the same for the rest of you fellas? Guardians of the Galaxy?
Mine's Iron Man 3.
Captain America Winter Soldier.
Iron Man 3.
Iron Man 3?
Yeah.
Wait,
what?
Really?
Yeah. Well, I'm the same as Greg. I've got Winter Soldier as my number one.
Nice. I see it.
Yeah.
Well, Robert Redford, by the way, is the guy. That guy?
Robert Redford.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
What
Robert.
else he's in?
Oh, sure.
I wonder if he's in any...
Oh, well, I'm
So
curious, Mitch.
Yeah.
Iron Man 3, why is that number one?
I think I vibed with Iron Man the most. I kind of knew this was going to be like one of the last Iron Man films.
Sad.
Which is kind of sad, but from the start, I loved his character. And then there was just a little hiccup in Iron Man 2. But then when it came to Iron Man 3, I thought it was just perfect. It obviously wasn't a perfect movie, like I said before, like Winter Soldier, like critically, movie-wise, it was a better movie. But I just enjoyed Iron Man 3 more.
Yep.
I enjoyed the dynamic and how they made Tony Stark. And they put some effort into like letting people understand what goes through in his mind after all, because he's just a regular dude. He's not like Thor. He hasn't been through a war like Captain America. He's like not the Hulk. He's just a regular dude That's
very, very smart and rich.
yeah,
That's literally it.
a philanthropist.
Yeah.
And I liked, like, a normal person would go through those same PTSD feelings and things like that.
Yeah.
And
It doesn't matter what your financial status or your like your qualifications. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what that is. PTSD will hit everyone the same.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And that's basically it. Like, that's why I picked it number 1.
All right, and Greg, what's your
Controversial.
reasoning- what's
Yeah.
your reasoning for Winter Soldier?
Pretty much the same reason for everyone else with their number 2 spot. Pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I just liked it. It showed Captain America in a new light. Just and he's just a fucking badass, man. Like, yeah.
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 Because when I watched the first one, I was like, all right, cool, Captain America, big guy with a shield.
He's
okay,
here.
I guess.
Buff.
And then he showed fucking
Ripped.
all those tricks he did with the shield. I'm just like, holy shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, literally made, like, so many kids fall in love with Captain America
Didn't me
more.
fall in love with Captain America, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I think it was the same with the first Captain America as well. Is I wasn't expecting much. I was just kind of like, oh yeah, like as well. I mean, like with the second one specifically, it was kind of like, oh yeah, more Captain America, but he's in modern times. This should be pretty cool. And then, I mean, then I went and watched the film, and I was just blown away.
Yeah.
I was blown away by just the sheer amount in that film, just everything about it. It was, and I think it was rated the best MCU film at its time of release.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think actually, I don't remember what started Phase 3.
I was gonna say why I love Guardians of the Galaxy a bit more, but
Yeah, no. I wasn't going into Phase 3. I was just
Oh.
gonna say like what film actually
Yeah,
started
Civil
Phase 3?
War.
It was Civil War.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Ant-Man was weirdly the end of.
Okay.
Phase
Yeah. Okay.
2.
Well, pretty much. Yeah. Winter Soldier was the best until Phase 3 began.
Yeah.
It was the best. Like the Russo brothers literally just shocked everyone because everyone was like, "Oh yeah, more Captain America should be right," but it just smashed everyone's expectations.
Yeah.
And to this day, I still
It really
adore
sets up Civil
Captain
War as
America.
well.
Yeah. And to this day, I still adore Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
And now Ethan with his love for Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's just so
Here
good,
we
man.
go.
It's so
It
good.
is.
The passion in
Each
Ethan's eyes.
character.
Brilliant.
So, having read the comic books and knowing how each character is, I knew it was going to be challenging to bring those characters to the screen. And I remember when they were announced and seeing the artwork, and I'm like, how are they going to do that? I'm like, how are they going to pull Rocket Raccoon off, Chief? Like, everyone laughed if you brought up Rocket Raccoon before. Now he's a household name. Everyone knows Groot. Everyone knows Gamora. Everyone loves Drax. And that warms my heart. That character's so obscure, yet so cool. Can become household names and can compete with the Avengers. Like, that's who everyone was looking forward to in Infinity War. They're like, when are they gonna meet, bro? I want to
Yeah.
see Star-Lord meet Iron Man. I want to
Yeah.
see Drax interact with, like, Hulk. And the use of music. I remember when I watched that film, I went and immediately got the soundtrack. I was like, this is it. I'm vibing this movie so hard. It's so charismatic.
I still remember the build up for that movie, watching the trailer, and I remember I'm pretty sure the reason I was as hype as I was for that film was you, Ethan.
I was
'Cause
so
you were
excited.
so excited because I knew nothing. Because you're like, dude, you were going to love this film, and I was just like, I know nothing about these characters. You're like,
Good.
you literally said good. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Get ready for a hell of a ride.
Yes.
And that was before the movie came out, and it stayed the same. If not, you were more excited after you had seen it, and I hadn't.
Yeah.
And then we went and saw it together. I think your second or third viewing
Yeah,
of the film,
bro.
and you were just as excited.
Oh,
and that got me
dude.
so hyped. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely adore Guardians of the Galaxy. It's beautiful.
And again, everyone goes through a character arc in that movie. Star-Lord mainly. But everyone sort of learns something, and it reaches its climax at the end when, and Groot kind of symbolizes it at the end when he says, "We are Groot." As
Yeah.
the, like, bit...
Symbolizes
They all
that
came
now
together.
are the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, but everyone learns something. Like, Star-Lord accepts that his mother's passed away. Like, he's been running away from it the
Yeah.
entire time before it, but now that he's become friends with this group, he accepts it, moves on. Gamora opens up.
Yeah, she accepts that she was, like, on the wrong side.
Yeah.
Well, she
Yeah.
kind of knew before, but she finally got to the other side.
Yeah, she goes through a heap of character development. Starts off cold, like, distant. But at the end, she starts dancing when he puts on the tape.
Yeah.
That's character development at its finest. Drax as well. He's an idiot at the start. And he's just on a vengeance murder path. But he finds
wife.
companionship With he finds what was lost with his wife and child in the Guardians. With Rocket as well, lonely, has no place. Remember the scene when he's in the pool with Groot, and he's just like, I have no one. Like, I'm
doesn't
just
even
some
know what
random
he
thing.
is.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
just an experiment that was tossed out, and like that's sad.
Just
like
a rodent.
even that's like it's Rocket, but I can relate to that.
Yeah.
When you just don't feel like you belong. And
Oh yeah, 100%.
and Rocket was perfect. And at the end of it, he finds a family and he finds a place to belong. And Groot kind of just keeps everyone together in that way. If you notice, like at
It's
the
like
end,
binding like the glue.
yeah, at the end, Groot
the
comes
roots.
together and keeps them together. And again, brings them together, and he says, "We are Groot. We need each other."
Yeah.
And I think,
Yeah, he's the root of.
yeah, he's the tree that keeps them
Pun
together.
intended.
Yeah.
And that's really prominent in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And I just
Yeah.
cannot praise James Gunn enough for the film. It's so good. It's so beautiful.
You know, the more you get into it, I am starting to regret my decision. To be
Give
quite
it a
honest,
fat rewatch. Like it's
Oh.
just so good.
You could always rewatch that movie as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just you put it on. You're like the music plays down, 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 and you're just like, yeah, I'm in for a ride again. I love it.
Hooked on a feeling.
And there you go.
And on that note, let's move on to the
Phase
This is when